Hello and welcome, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 20th to the 26th of March 2023. And on the table here in front of me, I have two amazing decks to work with. The tarot deck that I've chosen for this week is the Secrets of Paradise Tarot, which is such a bright and vibrant, beautiful deck that just is amazing. And the oracle that I'm working with this week is one called Choosing Positivity. Choosing Positivity by Evelyn Alessandri. Evelyn is a local South African. She's actually here from KZN, and she has created this deck. Evelyn is a gratitude professional. She loves inspiring people to just be better than they were. She believes in positivity. She believes in gratitude, all of those kind of things. And she does amazing work. And this deck, I think, is just going to be fantastic for us for this week to help us set the tone of where our energies need to be focused for the week ahead. So in saying that, I'm starting with that deck. So I'm going to move the tarot out of the way just for a moment. And let's get shuffling the Choosing Positivity deck to see where we need to be, Earth signs. So for you, for the week ahead, where do you need to be placing your positivity? Where do you need to be focusing on? So for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, we're looking for a card that's going to set the tone of this reading and also to give you an idea of the energies for the week ahead. The week of the 20th of March, the 20th to the 26th of March. Choosing Positivity. Right, I'm happy with the shuffle. Let's cut the deck over there and take the card off the top. So putting the rest away because obviously we're not going to be working with them. And let's have a look and see Choosing Positivity. What do we have? And it says, I choose to take time to decide what I really want for my life. So I choose to take time to decide what I really want for my life. That is your affirmation. That is your focus for the week ahead. And Evelyn says at the bottom here, do you know what you want for your life? Do you complain about your life, or do you set intentions and goals and then slowly work towards them? Take time this week to sit quietly and to write down what you want to manifest for your life. So it's not about doing anything. That's not, there's no action here this week. This is the week of contemplation. This is the week of strategy. This is the week of actually asking yourself the really hard question of, do you know what you want for your life? Do you actually know what's relevant and important? Do you actually know what it is that's going to make you happy? I know there's a terrible glare, but I promise once I've got the other cards down, the color, as you can see there, immediately sorts itself out. So just bear with the glare for a bit. So here I have the tarot, Secrets of Paradise Tarot. Let's give it a shuffle. And as I'm shuffling this deck, I am again asking Spirit to help us, to guide us for all Earth signs, for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What is the message that you need to hear for this week ahead? How is this reading, how can this reading influence you to take time to decide what you really want for your life? To understand that it's time to actually be honest with yourself first and foremost, to have some goals, to have some plans, and to have strategy of what do you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, and what does happiness look like for you? Because I find a lot of people don't actually know. And Earth signs, it seems like for you this week, that is where your focus needs to be. So this week in South Africa, we do have a national public holiday on Tuesday. We also have a lot of schools and businesses and people have just, closed down for the Monday, taken leave for the Monday. So a lot of people are having a nice long weekend, which means it's a shorter working week. So this is the perfect kind of week if you have a little bit of extra time to actually start thinking, not doing. Remember, this card is not about doing. This card is about thinking. It's about becoming mindful. It's about becoming aware of what it is that you really want for yourself. So let's see how the tarot can assist. I have shuffled, I have split the deck. Let's draw cards. So the first card that I'm drawing for you is the Death card. Love that for you. Absolutely. I know everybody panics when they see the Death card, and of course it does not mean actual death, but it does mean major change. I will explain more in a second. Let's just place the Death card over there. Second card that we have is card number 1. Now this is, I'm going to call it a Spanish deck, and Spanish inspired deck, so a lot of the words are going to be Spanish, but this is looking at number 1. It is the card of the Magician. It is the card of the Magician, which just ties in so beautifully. Card number 3 that we have for you is another major arcana card. We have 3 major arcana cards, Earth signs. We need to pay attention. And this is card number 9, which is the card of wisdom. And our final card that we have is the 10 of Wands. Right, I'm putting the tarot aside. And let's now get everything fitting nice and straight, because I don't do straight very well, apparently. Right, so let's have a look and see exactly what we have got going for you this week. Let's start with the Death card. Now, if we first of all look at the artwork, right, we have got 2 people who are holding somebody else upside down, but they're standing in water. Can you see the depth of the water? It's not even up to their knees, but it's almost like they're doing a ritual. It's like they're doing some kind of a religious ceremony in order to affect change in this person that is currently being held upside down. It's almost like, I'm going to call it a baptism, but I'm sure it's not. I don't know the culture of the Latin American culture, but that's what I get from this card. And it's almost like once you've gone through this process, your life is different. Everything about you is different. Everything that you are is different once you've been anointed or baptized or, put through this process. And that's exactly what this Death card is symbolizing for you. But if you don't know what you really want for your life, how can you go through the change? How can you have this epiphany or this experience if you don't actually know what it is that you want? So again, Earth signs, the message that's coming through super clear for each of you here is this week. It's not so much a week of doing as it is a week of decision making. It's a week of looking at your life and saying, who am I? What am I? And am I happy with that? Is that who I want to be? Is that the life I want to be living for myself? And know that this is the week to trigger, to initiate change, okay? But if you don't know what you want, how can you change? How can you influence anything different in your life? Then the next card we have, as I said to you in traditional tarot, this would be the card of the Magician. She has a table in front of her. She's got some tarot cards. Of course, yes, my kind of girl. She has got a wand and she has got her a crystal ball. So she is all about the divination. She is all about the manifestation. She also has her pot where she can brew concoctions, potions, and things like that. She's very much in control. I love that she's smiling. I love that she's got this really happy expression on her face, okay? Because, and she's got her mode of transport. Bless her for driving around on her broomstick. But she is about taking control of her own circumstances, not manifesting or manipulating or creating for anybody else, but for herself. So she has all the tools that she needs to create for herself whatever it is that she desires, whatever it is that she needs in her life, okay? Again, but if you don't know what you want, how can you create? This is, I think, a problem a lot of people have, and I see it in a lot of the clients that I consult with. We all say, oh, I want a life that looks like this, and I want this and I want that, and we can label all of those things, but we don't do anything to initiate or to move towards that. We're all hoping that one day it's just, we're going to click our fingers and it's going to be there in front of us. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, you've got to know what you want. And as it says here in the card, do you complain about your life, what you don't have, and, oh, I want that, and it's never going to happen, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Or do you set intentions and goals and then slowly work towards them? That's what you need to be doing. So this is the week of setting intentions and goals and then starting to slowly work towards them. Take time this week to sit quietly and to write down, to actually make a list of what it is that you want and know that you absolutely can. This is a good week to initiate that change. The next card we have is Wisdom. So here we have these 3 gentlemen riding 3 horses, and it just, to me, it looks like they're in their finest outfits. The horses are dressed in their finest, and they're all waving. They've got their hands up. They're sharing. They're connecting. They're looking at us, and there seems to be. They almost remind me of the three wise men, and I think I get that because the card is entitled Wisdom. And the message of them as well is, is to know your truth. So don't try and when we set intentions for the life that we want for ourselves, don't set unrealistic expectations. Don't create an expectation that is never going to happen for yourself. So if you are somebody who is living with the bare minimum of life, whether that be finances, whether that be material possessions, whether that be whatever, but if you're that person who is living, I'm going to call it an average, mediocre life, you cannot suddenly set expectations to be a millionaire by next week. Because, yes, that is possible in very, very rare circumstances. But for most of us, no, it's not going to happen that way. So let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be pure. Let's be honest with ourselves around what it is that we want for our lives and that it's actually possible. Don't go to the complete other extreme and set the bar so low down that it's not going to make you happy. It's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to give you that sense of purpose and that sense of identity. So it's almost like about finding that balance, isn't it? It's almost like it's about trying to find that balance between this is where I am, this is where I want to be, and this is how I'm going to get there. And making sure that the goals and intentions that you set for yourself will actually give you what you're looking for in life. All right. And then our final card that we have is the Ten of Wands. Now, you can see that he's working the land. He is a worker. He is a busy person. But I love that on his shirt he's got Organico, which means that he believes in doing a good job, that he's not harming the soil, he's not harming the crops, he's not harming the land, that he is taking care of the land, and he knows that if he takes care of the land is going to take care of him. So he's taking, and it's if you've ever been a farmer, if you ever have any kind of experience like that, you will know and understand how much hard work it is, that it's not something that's easy, that it actually can be quite difficult and quite, it's backbreaking stuff. But he is standing upright because he's not being greedy. And that's the message that I'm getting. It's about not taking more than. It's not about doing more than. It's about understanding the goals, understanding the expectations that you have for yourself, recognizing that this is now a really good time for you to start putting those things into motion, as long as you're keeping your expectations and goals realistic for yourself around what's actually going to make you happy, what it is that you actually want for your life. Make sure that it's realistic, make sure that it's honest, and that you're not being greedy. And then if you take care of your environment will take care of you. So Earth signs, interesting one for you for the week ahead. Absolutely. I do hope that you do find time, make time to just ponder the life that you're living versus the life that you want for yourself, and understand that it's a good time this week to initiate and to start moving towards that life that you want for yourself. Awesome. As always, I wish you an amazing week ahead with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care, friends.